What's good, magical family? It's Unique Divination, and you are watching Urban Mystic TV. And I am here today to provide you with January 2018 monthly guidance on how to move through the first month of the new year. And I want to start off by saying Happy New Year. I want to thank all my subscribers that have subscribed to my channel. And if you are watching this video and you have not subscribed yet, then what are you doing? Please do. You'll get notifications when I drop all my videos, and you'll be basically caught up on everything that I put out. So today I am working with my Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, my Past Life Oracle cards, and my Hermetic Tarot deck. In the middle of my beautiful spread, you see the wonderful Lord Ganesha. Okay? He is a Hindu god, and he is the remover of all obstacles. And so I brought Lord Ganesha into my reading to help with the energy of removing obstacles in our life. So that's the first thing that I want to start off with this reading, is to remember that obstacles are going to come our way. We just have to move through them, okay? If you're not aware or familiar with Lord Ganesha, I implore you to look him up, or I may just do a video about him, because his physical attributes and everything about him represents an aspect that we should look into or appreciate and understand, who Lord Ganesha is. So the first card I'm going to start off with is my Goddess Guidance card. And that card, the goddess that we're going to be working with for January 2018 is Kuan Yin. Okay? And she represents compassion. Kuan Yin is the Eastern goddess who hears all prayers and is the essence of purity, nurturing love, and gentle power. Kuan Yin is a bodhisattva, meaning that she's eligible for Buddhahood. Yet, she has vowed to stay near Earth until all beings are enlightened. This youthful and beautiful goddess helps us feel compassion and mercy towards ourselves and others. She's also a protectress of women and children, and she awakens musical interests and abilities, as well as psychic clairvoyance. And Kuan Yin tells us that we need to release judgments about ourselves and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Okay? Gentleness is the strength behind true power, and it comes from feeding yourself with nourishing words, thoughts, deeds, intentions, and all forms of food. Shield yourself from harshness by placing an intention to attract only kind and gentle life lessons and relationships. Transform harshness into gentleness by refusing to see anything but the shining light that's within each person and situation. This intention begins with your relationship with yourself. Be very gentle with yourself in all ways. Be happy, be kind, be sweet, and most of all, be true to you. Okay? Release guilt and shame to heaven for healing and transmutation. Keep your thoughts about yourself and others positive. Avoid gossip or bad-mouthing of yourself or others. Forgive yourself or another, and don't be so hard on yourself or others. Release perfectionist tendencies. So this card really hits home for myself, being a Capricorn, and to all my fellow Capricorns that are listening, you really need to understand this. Not to be hard on yourself, okay? Capricorns, and I'm speaking from personal experience because I have a son, my son is in Capricorn, and other earth signs. But, there are a lot of people out there that just are very hard on themselves. We critique ourselves harder than everybody else does. And we kind of hold ourselves to this standard that sometimes, isn't worth holding to. Will you be able to live up to what you're trying to achieve? It's okay to have goals, but if you don't reach them in time, or if they never get reached, then it's okay to accept where you are if you've worked for it. If you're just laying around complaining about what you want in life and you're not doing anything, that's different. But if you're busting your ass, climbing, striving, and you've racked up a lot of acknowledgments and accolades along the way, but you're not a millionaire. Should you really beat yourself up? And you've achieved so much in life. So just remember to have compassion on yourself. Anything that you want to practice with other people, you have to start with yourself first, okay? Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself up, right? And my mantra, what I live for, what my mission statement is to reprogram our subconscious mind, okay? And Kuan Yin speaks about feeding yourself with nourishing words, thought, deeds, intentions, and all forms of food. So not only do you have to reprogram your mind with positive thinking, you have to speak words. Everything you do, your actions, the food that you put in your body, respect your body. Drinking 10 sodas a day, not drinking any water, eating out every day, not eating fruits and vegetables. This is having compassion on your body. When you put all those nasty things in your body, you're making your body work hard. You're being harsh and hurtful to your body. So just realize that, look at things from a different perspective when we think about having compassion. Taking care of your body is having compassion for yourself and having compassion on your digestive system. Hey, digestive system, I'm not going to fuck you up. I'm going to give you some water so that you can properly digest the food that I'm putting in my body. I'm going to give you some fiber or some fruit and some vegetables so that you can give me the nutrients that I need, right? When you have the nutrients that you need, you get different chemicals sent to your brain. A whole lot of things are processed different when you just change your diet, okay? So just think about that. Stop being so harsh. If you're angry at the world, that's a form of negativity. Start being gentle and kind, Not saying that you have to be a pushover, but just start equating a little bit more gentleness into your actions and what you're doing, right? And be gentle with yourself. Be sweet. Learn to be sweet and loving to yourself. If you can't be sweet and loving to yourself, how are you going to be sweet and loving to somebody else? You know what I mean? Release perfectionist tendencies. Capricorns, Virgos, right? Specifically, this is for you, okay? Remember, the only thing that's perfect is imperfection. Let's say it again. The only thing that's perfect is imperfection. Let's say it one more time. The only thing that's perfect is imperfection, okay? And so we need to realize that, because if you keep striving to be perfect, it's never going to happen. Now, we can hit peaks of perfection. Hit it, come back down, hit it, come back down. But you're never going to maintain the level of perfection, okay? And understand that. And then, forgive yourself and forgive other people. If you can't forgive other people if you have not truly forgiven yourself for all the things that you've done, And then how can you not forgive other people when you've done people wrong also? So this is a twofold thing here. But you can't truly forgive if you don't forgive yourself. And this means that you may have to do some shadow work. You might have to do some archetype work, digging in, speaking to your inner child to see who has hurt you in life. I've got daddy issues. My father wasn't around. Not too angry at my mom, but we all know that our parents, did things that we may not have liked. And I've had some very other unfortunate circumstances happen to me as a child growing up. And I decided, moving into 2018, that I forgave everybody. My father, I've been forgave my mom. And just anybody that I feel like has hurt me or has helped in having me place things in my shadow, or just not being able to blossom to my full potential because I've been injured and scarred from things in my past and from people. So I've 100% forgiven people for all the things that they have wronged me for. And in return, that should allow people in their hearts to forgive me, right? And then in turn, forgiving myself allows me to completely forgive somebody and not just say it and actually mean it. Right? So again, Kuan Yin, and she deals with compassion. Remember, compassion for 2018, right? The next card we're going to move into is our past life card. And I chose to work with past life cards because we've had many in our previous lives. And it just helps us tap into an aspect of our past life that may be blocking or delaying things that we're trying to do in our current situation. It also brings light to allow us to understand why we have things going on in our current situation, right? Because all of our lives affect right now and here today. So the card that I've pulled from the past life oracle card is the karmic relationship, right? And this card indicates that one or more of the people in your current life are from your previous lifetimes, which that's kind of evident anyway. You both ended your relationship with karmic imbalances. This means that one or both of you are most likely harboring old feelings that need to be healed and released. When this occurs, you will be set free from recurring destructive and toxic relationship patterns. In some cases, this card will arise when there's a reunion with a beloved soul from a previous life. Perhaps you finally reconnected with a romantic partner from your past, or a new friendship is bringing you great joy. With healthy past life connections, you'll immediately feel a sense of comfort and familiarity. I couldn't say that word, y'all. You received this card in answer to a question or concern that involves a karmic relationship. Fortunately, you can appeal to heaven for help in releasing any old, stuck energies or emotions. You may also be guided to work with a specialist in past life regression and relationship healing. So, okay, 3 things could be occurring. You're in a relationship that's just not working, and maybe a few of your past relationships have not worked. And it's because, like the card says, you're holding on to old patterns, right? And so those patterns need to be released. Most likely, you're going to have to cut karmic ties and karmic relationships or karmic contracts that you've held in the past. We may not remember them, but if you were just to do a simple ritual to release any karmic ties or contracts that you've made with other people, you can do a ritual to release those, okay? Also, if you've got a new relationship or a new friendship and you feel like, oh my God, I've known this person forever, it's just so good, you keep constantly running into this person, and maybe at a certain point in your life, this person comes around to help you move to the next step. So trust and believe that all the people in your life are reoccurring souls, and understand the relationship that you have between people that you interact with in your life on a regular basis. If there's negativity always lingering around you too, then work on releasing old karmic ties with this person and see how that goes. Okay? So the next cards that we get into are our tarot cards. We have 8 of Swords here, Knight of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. Okay? 8 of Swords deals with Lord of Shorten Force. And on this card, I have Jupiter and Gemini. Jupiter stands for good fortune. Gemini deals with logic and reasoning. Swords deals with business and communication. And I will say, as far as relationship aspect, business aspect, when communicating, make sure that whatever you're expressing, you're using logic and reasoning, not just kind of throwing anything out there out the hat. Think before you kind of say things. Think before you say things. Let's work on better communication with people. And just focus on making rational decisions. I don't know if we've been kind of living in in La La Land, or just hoping for things, or our perspective has been a little bit off. Let's start looking at things a little bit rationally, before we decide to say things to people. Let's look at the situation on a whole. And Gemini kind of deals with duality. So realize it's not one or the other, black or white. It's like a blended thing. And so that means that we're going to have to look at other people's perspectives. If you have an opinion on something, or, maybe you're working on a project at work, get somebody else's perspective to help. Ask somebody, ask questions. It's not going to do anything but help you. We've got Jupiter on here, which stands for good fortune. As far as relationships are concerned, if you feel like your partner's wronged you and you're looking at it from your perspective, open up, communicate, talk to them about it to see why they did what they did. You might come out with a different perspective and, say, oh, okay, that's why they did what they did. But you're not going to know until you ask. Knight of Cups is next. Knight of Cups, Lord of Waves and Waters, has Aquarius and Pisces on this card. Pisces deals with selflessness, thinking with a higher mind, which we can kind of link in with the Gemini that was on the Eight of Swords card. Pisces deals with sacrifice, having faith, spiritual awareness, and dreams. Now, the Knight is moving away from things, right? He's moving away. He's in the direction of leaving. This could be a good or a bad thing. I don't know if the Knight is running because he doesn't want to face things, or if he's walking away because he's done trying and he's emotionally spent, right? I'm thinking because Pisces is attached to this and Pisces deals with sacrifice, this Knight may be running away because he doesn't want to sacrifice things to make the relationship better. And so let's realize we always like to blame our partners for our unhappiness and our emotional well-being, but remember, you are responsible for your emotional well-being. If you're looking for somebody to give you or make you feel better, you've already fucked up right there, okay? You got to make sacrifices for your relationship to work on both ends. We cannot continue to blame our partner. Everybody's accountable. You're accountable. No matter how bad you think the other person is fucking up, you are accountable in your relationship. There's two. It's not just one person. There's two. Aquarius also deals with consensus, right? Throw everything out there on the table. You and your partner talk. Aquarius deals with communication. Again, we go back to the Eight of Swords card, communication, right? And communication is key when it comes to relationships. Talk. Throw everything out there, right? Let your partner know how you feel, what it is that you would like to see from them to make this relationship work, and in turn, ask them the same thing. Ask them, what are they willing to sacrifice to make this thing work? And you ask yourself the same thing. If nobody's willing to sacrifice anything, then, like the Knight of Cups, it's best to just walk away. Okay? The last and final card is the Ten of Pentacles, and this is Lord of Wealth. This is the absolute most best card in the physical realm. We've got Mercury and Virgo. That's communication. Mercury stands for communication. Virgo stands for harvesting, just reaping the benefits. So if you work on these things that we talked about, as far as having compassion, as far as dealing with karmic relationships, working on communication, working on our relationship as far as communicating, understanding that we're not perfect, that it's two sides to the story, that there has to be sacrifices made in January 2018 in order for you to have things at the Ten of Pentacles, which is everything going well, success, we've got job going, security, stability, our relationships are good, everything that we worked for in 2017 is going to reflect, right? As these things are manifesting, again, we need to work on all these things that I talked about in order for it to manifest 100%. So, January 2018 looks great. We've got a lot of good things going. We need to make sure that we continue to communicate with our partners, our loved ones, and at work. At work, anybody that you network with, make sure to have good communication skills with them, right? Let's sure we're using logic and reasoning when we're thinking about things that's affected us and that in what we're going to do, how we're going to move. This is for work and this is for relationship wise. Any projects at work or at school, ask for help if you need help. Don't be afraid to ask for things. Ask for a different perspective. Maybe you want to bring your grade up this year. If you're in college or in school, get a tutor. Have somebody peer edit your papers so that you can better yourself. Get a different perspective. January 2018 is for us to get a different perspective and to add it to ours, a consensus. That's what Aquarius was on the Knight of Cups, right? Walk away from anything that's leaving you emotionally drained, right? But before you walk away, ask yourself, are you walking away because you've tried everything and there's nothing else to do? Or are you walking away because you don't want to sacrifice and you just want to blame somebody else and you really don't want to work hard at building, okay? Anything that you build upon is going to be work. It's not going to be easy. If anybody tells you any of these things are easy, they're lying to you. Nothing in life is easy until you make it easy. And you have to work for a certain point to get to that, okay? Work hard. Work hard to reap the benefits of what you want. What leads us again into the Ten of Pentacles. Mercury and Virgo. Virgo deals with harvesting and reaping the benefits of what we've been working on all of last year, okay? So, January 2018, monthly guidance, really good guidance. We're going to be headed in a really great direction as long as we work on these things that have been specified for this reading. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to my subscribers. I appreciate every last single one of you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the video. Okay? Until next time. Toodles.